Hello and welcome to the Spiritual Solopreneur podcast. Today, my guest is Peiming Sun, aka Sunny, founder of Sunny Life Solutions. Sunny is on a mission to empower soulful professionals to live with discernment and authenticity. She's co-author of two international best-selling books sharing her own awakening journey. With a Science Master degree and certifications in Gene Keys, Tiny Habits, Happy for No Reason, and Ho'oponopono, Sunny is now a holistic lifestyle mentor, guiding people to re-remember their true power and live with sustainable life energy and happiness. Welcome, Sunny.
Thank you for having me. Yes,
Thank
that's
you for
such a
being
great
here.
background. You remind me how important to be happy. It feels so good with the yellow and all the great fuzzy feeling.
I love that you have a certification in Ho'oponopono. I didn't know there was that such a thing was possible.
It is just everybody practices some form of that, right? Like forgiveness. But I think for me to choose to understand the deeper value because I'm into the ancient wisdom. So Ho'oponopono is really the one of the ancient Hawaiian traditions. And I learned so much by that, just the recording courses, but I learned about this energy and all about our relationship with the source. So I think that is now I practice that I have a more the connection with that practice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
hmm
awesome. It's kind of a magical thing, isn't it? It has certain properties. I don't know why, but it's, well, I know you have a very scientific background, so I'm kind of interested to know a little bit about that and how you pivoted to spirituality and holistic lifestyle coach.
Yeah, I believe that everybody has a different timing to shift to more of the self-discovery and connection with everything. For me, it started with a lot of adversities. So I go through a lot of challenges, my marriage, and I also give up my career in the science and stay home for a few years. I thought it's going to be few years, but now it's like 20 some years. So I get away from the corporate America, Russian money center focus. And I think I didn't really like ditch all my science. It's just a different way I connect to the science. So I through life, go through the challenges and change myself, change the mindsets, and create something new. And I think the more I'm ditching all the old behaviors or patterns or false beliefs, I understand I'm supported by some kind of mystic force. In that situation, I feel like, gosh, who put me into this, right? But then I go through it, and I went back, say, oh, thank goodness, I'm protected. I think there's just more of the evidence because I'm still really analytical. I would collect information, analyze the data, but now I got very solid trust. I have enough data collection process, so now I'm going to share and let people know, you don't worry, I can see who you are right now, but I was that too, and everything's fine. You just have to trust. So
Yeah.
that give me this better view about science and spirituality, actually just the tools for us
Mhm.
to use and integrate. And finally, we can see the whole big picture.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
being analytical, you're intrinsically very observant, right? So you're going to be able to observe and notice things, spiritual things that are happening in your life, the protections and the synchronicities and things like that, right? So it's
Yeah,
probably helped you to some extent.
yeah, I think it's really I'm more curious about things other than jumping to say, "Oh, that's bad, that's good." The first thing I would say, that is interesting. I haven't experienced that before.
Right.
So I give a little distance away, from that
Distance.
situation. Then I think that is actually the nice things to do.
Yeah.
I practice the dance all the time now. I something coming, I'm just whoop, get out a little bit. So that's become a
Yeah.
skill. Yeah.
Observe it rather than
Mhm.
react to it, I guess.
Yes.
I when I think of you, I think Sunny Life Solutions. Like, if somebody said to me, what does Sunny do?" And I would say, "Well, I think she's basically kind of like a happiness coach." Is that fair, or is that a little too simplistic?
I think that is to really, this is my journey. I was very unhappy. I kind of stuck in this adversity. I labeled them as adversity then it's resentment, angry, and anxiety, all that, like worry. Um, but then I think it's just a timing issue again. So I just flip it. Then I look back, I say, wow, actually there is a mechanics around that shift. Because my analytical mind said, let me map out a process.
Mm.
Then when I'm almost done and this opportunity comes through, I can become a happy for no reason trainer. So I say, wow, it's more tools, right? So I signed up for that certification. That's how I'm happy for no reason trainer. What I learned about that no reason is really the core. Sometimes we have a conditioning happiness attached to saying, if I don't get this, I won't get this. Or if I don't have this, I'm not happy, right? So it's conditioned. But happy for no reason led me to see it's a different level of the association, but only when you detach to anything. In a way, you clean out the false belief. You say, I have to have that, and other than that cannot be happy. That's just a belief system, right? Once you clean it up and you kind of redefine what is the happiness all about, and that's a mechanic. So I can say, yes, I actually implement people's happiness habits, then let them to see, just do that little behavior every day. You can start shipping your false belief or unhappiness you thought that is what you're going to live with. Because for me, happiness is a myth. And when I'm deep dive in in the diversity, I say, who say they can be happy? That's the lie. There's no one can be happy. That's a myth. It's just someone want to make you believe. But goes to my own process. I say, wow, it is a choice.
It is a choice, exactly.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
I noticed the quote on your webpage from the Dalai Lama that says, "The purpose of life is to be happy." And
Mm.
not that I'm questioning the Dalai Lama at all, but my question is, really? Is that it? I thought we were here to learn lessons. Um,
Yeah. I think for me is I learned a lesson how to be happy.
okay,
So,
fair enough.
so yeah, so I agree that it's a process need to get us to be, but I think what he meant is more of the Eastern philosophy or esoteric system is all teaching us like we come here to enjoy the process. Then through the process, we serve others, we give the gift away, right? But at the same time, when you start to let go of the junks, then give out the gifts, then the whole thing let you feel you're so fulfilled and your happiness is not just really like joyful jumping on like a kid's, but it's like a peaceful wave. So I think his happiness in his definition is really just peace and joy. Then I think everybody want peace and joy. Whenever you learn a lesson or be successful or you're stuck in somewhere, we can keep that peace and joy. That's really just the point we want to reach.
Exactly.
So if
I,
that is what he meant, I think I totally think that is the right attitude. Because we don't want to condition say if I'm not successful, then I shouldn't have peace and joy. But why? But you can still choose to be peace and joy.
right. I
right?
mean, if you're somebody just reading that sentence and you have your own view of what happy means, then it might not make sense. But, he's talking about a journey, right?
Yeah, well, it's just when we read something, we all have our own connection with that wording, right?
Exactly, exactly. Speaking of words, you mentioned you feel it's important for people to learn to live with discernment and authenticity. And I've been
Yeah.
hearing this word discernment a few times lately in
Mm.
terms of what you pay attention to, I guess, and things like that. What is the what does discernment mean from your perspective?
Sure. I think discernment is really how to know yourself in different levels. The other term is like know thyself, right? THYSELF, because we are all different levels. We can coexist in different level. We can be grumpy, but the next moment we can be totally different. You can see the kids, right? They don't really, they cry and the next moment they can laugh. But
Right,
but
right.
for us, we take a journey, a days, a month, sometimes for years, 30 years, to get to the other side, right? So discernment is really just the trust about who you really are. You have a power to choose, and you don't need to fit in with other people's expectation if you don't agree with it. And people come and say, well, say the boundary. You have to protect yourself. That's your boundary, so no one can go over it. If they go over it, you have to push them out. But for me, that is not discernment to me. It's more, you know who you are. So if someone treat you not nicely, you have to reflect why I let them feel that way. Is something I can be different? So discernment is reflecting back to understand, first of all, you are love and peace and joy. No one can say you're not. The secondly is what they say, whatever they give us the information, we need to reflect in to say why they feel this way. Because my dress, my speak, my look, or my language I use, if I'm not sure, right, and people automatically think you are not confident.
Right.
So everything, if you reflect back, not to judge yourself, but you have a room to grow. That is the discernment for me to make it become a tool, right? So you
Interesting.
can understand you love yourself more that way to say, hey, I got power to choose
Right.
and just do it. You don't need to ask for permission.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Hmm.
and if you're reflecting back, I mean, maybe what's happening is somebody's not nice to you. Are you feeling that about yourself?
Mm,
And it's
yeah.
being reflected back,
Yes, yes,
perhaps. Yeah.
exactly. You just say, the sounding board. That's how we live in this polarity. Everything's just pumped back. So if we want to have something, we need to be that something first.
Yeah.
That if
That's
we're
the
not
trick,
aware.
isn't it?
Yeah, if
That's
we're
the
not
trick.
aware, I say, oh, they, but
Yeah.
then I say, well, when they doing this reflect back, that's me.
Yeah. It's really discernment's part of authenticity, really, in a way, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what do people come to you for help with the most?
Right now, I think people are curious about their gene keys and profile and how to using those I call spiritual genetic codes to flip their life. And that's how I decided to offer a community space because a lot of people say, I can learn this, but take forever. And I think for me, I diving into this esoteric system about 3 years now, and I understand a lot of things different levels. So I would like to guide people to go through their curiosity into the practical needs using those esoteric codes and implement to their daily behaviors. So I'm coaching that behavior implementation, but using more of the self-reflective tool. So they don't need me to do the work. They they will go on to their own journey, which I'm just open the door, say, this is the past. You want to join me? Then you come in to have fun. But I give the power back to the people because I think everybody is so powerful. They need to know it.
Exactly, exactly. So I know a little bit about human design, basically nothing about gene keys.
Mhm.
Uh, in a nutshell, can you tell me a little bit about both those things and how they can help us understand ourselves and maybe
Mm.
other people?
Yeah, yeah. I think the first time I encountered this, look at the chart. I'm a scientist. I can read charts. I can read
Sure.
pictures. But I say, huh? I have totally no clue. What is it? It look like a textbook with the people in it. But like, what's the number?
Stick people.
What is the circle? So that's just triggered me to say I need to know it because I like to be challenged for something I don't know. That's based on my design. I'm the number one profile. So one person is never let go the details. So I think based on what they share my profile, it's like that's kind of like me. Um, right. So for me right now, after 3 years, I think human design system is really a reflection tool. So your energy flow based on your body, your head to your roots and your hearts and all the different energy, how they interact with others. So you have the big picture about how your body works. It's not like, okay, your heart just pumping the blood or your liver is cleaning the junk, but they are working together. How they work together, right? But we all know everything's energy. So the human design system is up to a quantum view about how your body work together. So you start to very appreciate your experience and then not judging, say, oh, I must have a bad liver. But no, your liver is just perfect. It's just different than your sister's. It based on your energy flow, how the connection with the gate and channel, they have the different terms
Mhm.
for those charts. So for me, human design system is really just body mechanics. There's no spirituality, it's the body mechanics, how your body works from your idea coming to your heads and how your mind processed it and how your throat speak it out and how your emotion associate with the language you speak. Then you also has the intuition, like when you share, when you connect with others, what did you feel? Your body feel chill, your body feel, happy or relaxed. So there's all the information from understand your body graph, then you know that. And the whole system is so complicated. It's 4 different esoteric. So the body graph is only one, the Hindu chakra. But the other three, I think is more interest for me because they are the codes. I'm the scientific, I want to get data like detailed thing. The energy is really intangible. You have used the imagination, right? To, oh, this is for that. But the codes is different. It's a symbols, is some kind of language decoded by numbers. Uh, so I get into the gene keys, the more I understand, and that's related to the Kabbalah. That's the ancient Hebrew system with the ancient Chinese system. And these two become the gene keys. So give us an idea, the path. We come down as a spiritual being, right? In the earth experience, like we need a roadmap. We need a little bit guidance,
Yeah,
right?
be good.
If the source really love us, we should have some menu, right? Not
A
just
manual would be
into the water.
nice.
Yeah, so that is for me, it's like a guide and a little hints about your past, and that associate with the stars, the um astrology, right? So all the star they give you this hint, the 30 years second here, the Chiron's 50. So those is all the information. So you get the whole system. Actually, you have your roadmap, you have your blueprints, you understand your body works, and the rest of it just enjoy the ride. Right? So that's why I see it. If you know it, you have the trust about, your love and provided you got the tools, you need to kind of learn how to use it. Then the rest of it is just your labeling system, your belief system, how you label this experience. So that's become a choice.
Hmm,
So
okay.
life can be simple, right? That's how I use those systems to share with others and to see whether they can experience that themselves because everybody's different. Timing is different. I think people more than 50 be more accessible to the system because they already navigate most of the situation. So when I read, say, oh, on your 30, you might have this and that, because there's all data in there, because that's a blueprint, right? And
Yeah.
people will say, how did you know that? I don't even, tell you about that. So, well, the map showing that.
That's right.
That's just the roadmap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's based on birth information, like astrology is.
Yeah, I think that is a little bit tricky. People will think about, how come I can be defined by the day and time, location, right? I'm born. But I think the modern science can more and more to give us more clues and more and more evidence, including the physics and the Nobel Prize winner. They start to have suspicious. We are living the simulation game. So when we when we get into the game system, there is a stop point, right? So how to give you that stop point is the latitude and longitude and the time in that game system. That's how the games theory talking about, but it's the theory is not say that is how it exactly happened. But they make sense, right? Because all the data, you use astrology, I Ching, oracles and tarot, everything's based on that imprinting moment.
Mm-hmm.
That is our archetypes. When we say archetypes, that means we have all the free will to change the archetypes. We can follow the path and do whatever the blueprint says, but we can also shift the consciousness to a different level. Then we can change our game. So we don't need to play the same game. That's our choice again. That's the current explanation why a birth information can really tell a lot of things about a person, right? But I think
Yeah.
that's kind of fun if that's the game and I can change. I can choose avatar, I can choose the hair color, whatever, right?
Exactly.
And then that is just more freedom. And
It's
yeah,
that's always the question is,
mm,
okay, got a blueprint, so does that mean, everything's set in stone?
mhm.
And of course, no, because we do have free will, but I guess there's certain things we can't change.
Yeah, I think the design is all set to stone. So you know your body is in this time, you will feel a certain way, it won't change. But every moment, your attitude, your vibration, your belief system, that make you go to different places. It's like the game. I watch two of my son, they are all gamers. So they like to play the game, like go to the unknown and just the monster jump in, they have to fight, and they have this collective clue so they know what the next level where the gate goes through. The more I watch them play, I say, this sounds like my life. I don't even know where the monster come from. But I already have enough some kind of skill and tool and all the things already I already accumulated, so I can use different way to deal with that. Then I can promote it to the next level, right? Um, so
If
I think it's just that's the lessons when we using different tools and to defeat that demo or something we don't like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they train us to be stronger so we be ready for the next level, right? So I think in that view, I really think we can combine the lesson learned, the attitudes, um, then honor our design. Because if you are not designed to swim, you don't jump to the water, right?
Right.
You have to know your
You don't
design.
breathe underwater if you're not
Yeah, and
designed to.
honor what we have. We are not the same like other things. Um, I mean, this is just my view to understand the system. It's kind of more fun if you look at that way.
Yeah. I like the analogy of the game, you know. It's like, where's the health pack? Where's the rescue pack? That's what I'm always
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
for.
yeah, exactly. Hmm.
You were talking about vibration and wanted to ask you, what's your feeling about the ascension that's
Hmm.
happening or coming? I know that, obviously more people are becoming spiritually aware and
Hmm.
understand that there's more to life than what you can touch and so on. Is that what it is, or is there more to it than that?
Well, if you using the human design view, oh, by the way, human design was introduced to the humanities in 1987 by a person. He lived in Spain, very drunk, but he got this download 8 days straight. So when we are drunk, just kind of we open, we not,
True.
block it. So
True.
then in 8 days straight, he got downloaded a system he had no clue about. He just drawing picture and the voice tell him what is this, and he just he thought he's gonna die,
Wow.
but he survived. And that's how after 10 years or something he shared the system out. So from that voice told him, we are ready for a big shift, which we are right now, right? But it's not only just the voice, it's based on all the ancient system, the Bible saying that, the Kabbalah saying that, the Buddhists talk about that, the Hindu talk about that. They also talk about we are having the cycle. So the ascension happens every cycle, is about 2000 some years, and we go through a process. So we are in this duality phase, which means we will become extreme in two ends. So you will see people is very peaceful, people are very violent.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the duality. So when we have a duality to the yin yang thing, the black and white, you go to the two extreme, then we start to shift. So when they shift, they will have some kind of mutation phase coming in. So we are in the end of duality, and the mutation is coming. But before the mutation, which actually means the DNA level, is not you get a horn or something. It, it's like your awareness start to shift to a different awareness because DNA got activated.
Hmm.
And in that mutation phase, you start to have to ditch the old. So the old energy need to take out. So you can see right now we are so-called detoxification of the earth. Though the trap emotional, the negativity, everything need to release so the earth can evolve. Then we evolve with the earth. And that's ascension. So when people talk about why I feel I lost everything, then that are the old energy. You have to let it go. And the really happening, the suffering is when you resist to let it go. You say, "Oh, I love this job. You pay the bill." But what if we don't have a bill to pay? Who knows? Then why you want to hold on with the job? It didn't provide you anything. So the it's really just ditch all the olds, ditch all the patterns we familiar with. But in the process, people can be very stressed. People can be very confused.
Right.
Right. So people can label this term ascension as a really bad things. Everything I own is vanished. Or you can label it nothing is lost. So I got a new things coming. Let's have fun. So what is the
Mm.
new thing? So really the um one why I studied the ascension, because one of my evolution key in the gene key is ascension. So I start to experience that when I was 30. I lost my marriage first. and I lost the job. Then I lost the financial status,
Hmm.
and I lost a lot of friendship because I divorced. So I can see there's a lot of things gets just stripped out from me. And that's how I 30 years of very unhappy. So why me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now I look at the past and oh, no wonder that's my evolution key. I mean, I definitely need to go through the process of ascension and transform to a different view. So, but for me right now, I'm excited because I already not with nothing to lose now. I got everything ditched and everything
Everything's
what's going on, you know.
well, it sounds like it's a matter of getting rid of what's not serving you one way or another. And there's
Yeah.
certainly more and
Mhm.
more people into that and teaching it. So presumably there's more and more people learning to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Mm,
Yeah. And it's a matter of perspective, right? How, like
that's
you
right.
said, how you look at it. Um, yeah, it's not that, you know, those who don't comply are going to disappear or be left behind and everybody else gets to go to Mars or something.
Well, that is a possibility. Never say never, right?
I guess nothing's impossible. Um, what what did I want to ask you? What do you love most about what you are doing right now? What gives you
Um, I think that's according to my core, my pearl spear is the revelation. So the thing I like to do is after I digest and practice and implement, and I like to share a path or mechanics, the mechanics or a formula because that is something everybody can do. It's not me.
Mhm.
It's we are different, but we also has similar passions and power within. And the power can be different, the different gifts, right? But the process is similar. Process is really just my formula. I map out and I observe a lot of things, just tune up, clean up, and speak up. So when you really tune up, believe you are more than who you believe you were, right? And ditch all this false belief and limitations. Then you have to clean out all the false beliefs and all this old patterns, ascension process.
right?
Then after that, you just feel like you're free to say anything or live the way you like because
Mm,
you don't need to get approval from others or you don't feel limitations because you never be alone. You always have a higher beings or support system around you because you go to clean out, you can sense that. I was totally numb. I don't even know there is something called spirituality. Right. And then like 3 years ago that I start to open up, I can hear noise, I can smell something. I just feel so connected with everything. That is because we start to shift. Everybody has the way to shift. It's maybe different timing, different modality, different diets. They can be have their own way. But once we shift it, then you cannot go back, right?
mhm,
If the old thing is already gone, the only thing you just keep open, see what else coming you can entertain or you can taste a little bit to see whether that's something you want to keep it, right? That's discernment. Once you can choose what to stay, what not, when to say no, when to say yes, then then you're really free to speak up. Then your message
interesting.
is important, right? Everybody can hear you. And that's what I understand the energy. When we say something, we give something, someone need to receive. That is never going to be changed. That is just the physics. So if we continue to speak out, to share, and someone need to hear, will finally hear you. Then that might be a perfect timing for you guys to meet. You know?
Yeah.
So that is
I,
how to speak out. beautifully everybody like you do who has a podcast and become a guest to just speak.
Mhm.
There's
I love
someone that
that.
need that.
I love that tune up. What is it?
Yeah.
Tune up,
Do
clean
not
up,
clean up and speak up.
and speak up.
Mhm.
Exactly. Get rid of what's not working. Be your authentic self.
Yeah, yeah. And they
Yeah.
have confidence to say, I don't need to say that because I need to do something. It's the
Yeah.
condition again, right? Once you speak out, you don't really think about it, you just share. So that's the joy I have for myself is really just to speak up and to share, to review, to read people's profile and share the message through my classes, um, then my community, then everybody can shift together because we all need everyone to shift. So the process kind of speed up,
Yeah.
right? We stay there too long, people say, gosh, how many years we have to stay like
Right.
that fighting duality. But speak out, we can all mutate it and become a different being. Uh, no one know what exactly mutation, but you can hear a lot of people start sharing their channel, all other informations.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. I'm collecting all the different views now. I just,
I love
it's
how
interesting.
scientifically you look at things. Gather the data,
Yeah.
work out the formula, apply, and share.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Um, just talking about happy for no reason. What are a couple of easy, fast things that people can do today to kind of get
Mhm.
on that track if they're not already?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, through the training, there is a workbook called 21 Ways. The one of the ways I really love is called heart brain coherence. So when it is the energy tool, but what happened is really merge the two powerful organs in our body. Right? Our mind is always running, always judging, always comparing, find the better solutions. While our heart is connect to everything, connect to the source, and they got more of the fields than the mind. So when you're coherent, these two powerful organs, and the heart take it over. So you're not able to judge that much. You begin to more connect with animal, rocks, foods, and people in a different level. So in the three very simple step, the first step is just pay attention to your heart area when you breathe. So you can touch your heart, or you can just use your mind to think about your heart, and you slow down your breathing. That's the second. So you can count. I count 10, so it's very slow. I count 10 in and the whole 10 and release 10. And between the next breath, I have another 10. So that is kind of square with a pin. Then couple rounds, you feel you grounded, you feel you slow down, you feel peace. Then the third one is just bringing good memory or, the puppy pictures or child laughter, all this good memory. When you experience that, you feel good, you feel
Yeah.
grounded. So you do that three experience, just like less than 2 minutes actually, right? Then you start to feel, everything is okay. You start trust again, other than no, 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 something's coming wrong, wrong, wrong. You are in danger. You don't really make money. Coming wrong, change your job. All this the noise made you feel very unsettled. But when you have that connections, you start to grounded and also coherent. So your mind started to say, "Oh, maybe I'm just guessing," and your heart
Mm.
just like keep breathing, and then you don't need that thing to be happy because you're happy. You are the joy. You don't need anything else to make you happy. You just need to go to the natural state, which is your heart frequency. Once you go to the heart frequency, you understand now. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I can be happy for no reason. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's kind of a raising of the vibration. I suppose, raising of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
frequency would
Your
be.
heart will definitely get to the universe level. Yeah. Hmm.
Cool. Sunny, how can people find out more about you and your programs and what you're offering? I know you do some one-to-one sessions, I think, and some group sessions. So how do
Yeah,
they
the
find out?
best way to just check out my community, it was a free level there too. I do the heart brain coherence and Ho'oponopono in the free um, membership level. And the website is keys. We always talk about keys,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
Keys for possibility club.com.
For
So
positivity,
possibility, like
possibility.
abundance, but you are,
Oh,
peaceful.
prosperity. Gotcha.
Prosperity. So the keys for prosperity
Okay.
club.com, that's my website.
Okay.
But then you get in there, you have all different options to come to my master class every week. Then you can book a reading if you really like to learn more of your codes. Then I also has pay membership level. We can be together to do the group contemplations about your genetic codes. So then you can understand your genetics, the spiritual genetics in the deeper level. So you can start to modify your lifestyle along with it. It's really the every shadow, everything we don't want to deal with it, all have this gold mine hiding in there.
Hmm.
And if you work together as a group of people, then you don't feel alone, right? And you can move along with the golden path. That's the gene keys, the golden path. So you can start doing the tune up, clean up, and speak up.
Yeah.
That's really the three alignments with that sequences. Um, so that is the best place to find me. And also linking, I'm constant post some linking. I have my own podcast too. I share my guests, their messages in linking,
Awesome.
and just I'm trying to be everywhere to speak up.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to live the speak up doctrine.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of fun
Fabulous.
too. Yeah, the more I
Yeah.
speak, the more I understand. Oh, I didn't know that part. Let's go back to collect more data. So,
Exactly. The scientist at heart. Well, Sunny, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed the conversation, and we'll make sure that all that contact information gets into the description box for YouTube, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.
thank you so much, babe. Being such a graceful host is, I really enjoy the interactions.
Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon, okay?
Okay, bye bye.
Bye for now.